Hello and welcome to part 2 of what you need to do in order to get ready for NAT quals. Today we're going to be looking at quite a few things, so let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully you have your email open from Trey, and it had 5 different things in there. So this is the first part, entering piece titles. What we need to do is in Joy of Tournaments, we need to go to our entries, and then I already have entered one student in HI and another student in OO. So now I can come down here to the bottom, click on HI, and now I need to put the name of her piece and the author. Once I've done that, I can click on Save, and I will do the same thing for oratory. I have my student and the title. Once that's done, I will click on Save again, and that's it. I have put in the piece titles that I need to for the people who are in HI, DI, POI, Duo, OO, or informative speaking. Once I'm done with that, I can actually start looking at the green sheets. So that's what we'll do next. On our Entries tab, we want to click on Download NSDA District Tournament Registration Form, but this time the main events green sheet. When we click on that, it generates it. It also includes our new entries. So here Kayla is in humorous and Cecilia is in original oratory. So Trey recommends, well, what you should probably do now is go ahead and print this sheet. And once you've printed all of these sheets, go ahead and switch to the 5th page. For every HI, DI, Duo, or POI entry, you will need to make a copy of this blank sheet. And then you will need to fill it out for each one of those entries. Make sure that you read all 5 of these requirements and that you fulfill all 5 of these requirements, because otherwise you're subject to disqualification from the tournament for that particular piece. So once you fill it out for all of these, you'll sign it at the bottom and you'll date it. Then you can go back to page 4, and if you have more than 3 interp pieces at the tournament, you will need to make copies of this page so that you can get one for each one. So I've already printed this, and now what you will see is it filled out. So here I am with my main events green sheet. Now on first page I filled out the location and the dates. I signed it, dated it at the bottom. Second page I filled in the location and the dates. I make sure that all my entries are here, so there's one in HI and there's one in OO, so that's great. Third page, this is for debate entries. I have the same stuff filled out at the top. And then finally, the 4th page, I filled out the information at the top. I checked the event. I put in my contestant's name, the title of the cutting, the author, who the publisher was, when it was published, and the ISBN number for it. If it's for the online publication, make sure you read all of those rules for online publications. Make sure that you're grading it from a place that is NSDA approved. And then you want to fill out this information as far as how we can find it online. Do that for each entry that you have. The last page, I filled in the name, the state, the district, me, the student, the name of the cutting, what the event was, and then I check off each thing. I have included a word process manuscript of the cutting. I've included a copy, a highlighted copy of the original script. The pages are in the order of the cutting. If lines from one page were used more than once within the cutting, the original page was recopied, highlighted, and inserted to show the order of the lines used. I've clearly indicated in ink any words added or changed as permitted in the rules. I am aware of the transition rule. And finally, the pages submitted from the original script accurately reflect the performance. I sign that and I date it, and I make sure I have one of those for every single interp piece that I plan on doing at the tournament. Once that is done, we can go through the process of uploading this stuff. So I'm going to navigate over to the Google Drive that Trey shared with me for St. Pius. And now there are a couple of places where we're going to upload things to. So right here I have my original oratory or informative scripts. So I will go ahead and open that folder. I have nothing in there right now. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over. And right here I have my original oratory. So I'm going to drag that over. It's going to say that it's uploading. It's got the green check mark. And now my oratory script is uploaded there. I will go back. I will open up my interp scripts. I'm going to actually drop 2 copies of interp scripts here. This is the Cooking with Gus highlighted, and I will also drop in my Cooking with Gus typed manuscript. And then the final thing that we want to do is we want to go into green sheets, and in here I have that green sheet that we just discussed, and I will take it and I will upload it here. And now my scripts have been submitted to the Google Drive. So we are done with the 3rd item on Trey's most recent email. And now for the 4th thing, we have single entry forms. So now I am back in the email that Trey sent out. At the bottom, we have a form. So it's our single entry letter of intent. I will go ahead and download this form. I will save it. And then I will open it. And for every student that I have entered in more than one event, I need to fill out this form. So I don't have anybody that way, but I'm just going to use the example that Trey had. So he would fill out a form for student Trey Smith. The school, I'm going to go ahead and use Pius for this. The state. And then down here, we have no auto qualifiers. His first choice, if he's in a combination event with another partner, they both either have to pref that partner event first, or they both have to prevent their single entry first. But one of them can't do single entry and have the other one do the partner event, and it worked that way. So let's say that Trey is in HI, so he prefs that, and then he prefs duo. That'll work as long as I'm his duo partner and I also pref whatever my other event is. So if I pref OO first and then duo, we're going to be okay. Then you would print this form and you would go on to your next person. So I'm going to change that now to me. And down at the bottom, I'm going to pref OO first and then duo, and we're going to be okay. Then I'll print that form. Once you have that done for every student, you will need to sign and date the bottom of all of those forms, scan them to your computer, and then upload them to your Google Drive. Now I have those scanned into my computer, and I've titled them St. Pius X Letters of Intent. I'm going to look through, I'm going to see this one's for Trey. I'm going to double check. He has HI first, duo second. I've signed it and dated it. Next one is my next contestant. They have OO first, duo second, so they're good. I've signed it and dated it. These are good. So now for every kid that I have that's double entered, I can upload these single entry letters of intent. So I go into my single entry forms in my Google Docs. I take this, I drag it over, it is uploaded, and now I am done with step 4. Step 5 is the fees. So now we just want to make sure that you get everybody paid. So if I click on the fees tab, it'll tell me that I have 1 OO, I have 1 HI, and I have 2 people in the house. So my total fees are $52. I will print this out, I will get a check cut, and I will bring that to the tournament, I believe, in order to give it to Trey. If you have any questions, shoot Trey an email, and I hope that this has been worth your time. Thanks.